Hello gamers, it's SoftKitty99 and today we're back in Parkitect. We're at my park, Kitty Corners, where we've added a few rides and we've begun our main street and we've got a nice lookout section in the centre here. I was thinking that we would add another building here to finish off this section of the main street, and then the next thing to do is possibly plan out where we're going to have some sort of transport rides. But it's a little bit difficult to decide where to put them because we haven't decided how big the sections of the park are going to be, so it's kind of difficult to add the transport ride, though to be honest you really want to get the transport rides in before you've built everything else, otherwise you might not have the space for them. But if you put them in too soon, they might not be in the right places. So that's kind of a difficult one, isn't it? And also, while I was logging in, I've just noticed that there's a small DLC that's released yesterday, and I didn't even know it was coming. So, something in blooms, just a few new rides, new plants. So I think it said 3 coasters, 2 thrill rides, new trees. So it's kind of additional parts and rides and fireworks and things. So that's something I'll have a quick look at for later. But we'll continue here with a new building in here. And we might want to add a transport ride above some of these buildings. So I might want to keep this one fairly low. So we could put maybe a monorail or something above these buildings as an entrance, and then take it down to the back end of the park as far down as we're going to go in a straight line, and see if we can get like a monorail that shoots up and then back. I need to explore these transport rides more, because I kind of want one that will be a shot and back, so one line I think maybe just to go to the back end of the park. I haven't actually played with the transport ride, so I'm not sure which ones can be done as a one track that goes both directions and which ones need to loop. So I'll need to do a little bit more investigation before we start adding those rides, I think. Right, so what's the best angle to look at this? So if we're going to put things on top, we're going to need a couple of spaces for an in and out queue for the transport ride. So we're either going to have to put it up this way or up here. I think if we leave a couple of squares gap here, so we can put an up or in the corner. We can either do it in the corner and go up, or we can do it here between the buildings to go up. See, lots of things that I haven't really thought too much about. This is what happens when you build as you go. It might be better to plan everything out in advance, but it's not as much fun. I think I like the organic, add a little bit here and add a little bit there. Right, so let's think, which shops do we still want to add to this section? So let's quickly check what we've already added. We've got hot dogs, burgers, lots of seating, Chinese and pizza, and lots more seating. So we really need drinks. And then at the other side of the road I think we'll add things like candy, cookies, souvenirs, corn dogs, the things that you would pick up and snack. Here we would kind of want a sit place, so I think we want drinks. So let's take a look at which drinks we have. So we should have everything opened up here. So we've got bubble tea, and there should be soft drinks and hot drinks at least, shouldn't there? Oh, fruit juices as well. Ooh. Hot drinks, because I haven't put the path in. They're not quite sure which direction to go in, and I think what, do we do one of everything? I think we do one of everything. Just so there's lots of drinks. Because this is the main, like, food stop, so... Soft drinks, there we go. Yeah, so that's nice, right, so then we want to add all of those to this goods in department here. Like so. And we can hide the scenery, and then we need to start adding them in. So we need a path of some sort at the front. Let's have... We don't want. Oops, no, we don't want it that colour. I think we will pick up the white that we had there, and we'll just pop that right in front of all of those. And we're going to make it a very, very simple in and out building for this one. And then we need some nice walls. And like I say, I think we might keep them quite low and then think about putting a monorail going above this. So this back section here is quite low. We might have to cover some of this path, staff path, if we do put the monorail on top of these buildings. Right, so we need walls. You know, my brain doesn't seem to be working terribly well this morning. I seem to be a little bit behind myself. I think the fact that a DLC's appeared and I didn't even know about it has kind of thrown me a little bit. I wasn't expecting to find a DLC. Right, so I wasn't expecting a DLC to pop up without me even knowing about it. I think we're going to go for archers, but I don't like that colour. I think we should go... We've got red brick. We've got quite a lot of red brick in this area, and then we've gone for the slightly blue and... How bright is red and white? That's too... If it was the opposite way, if the red and blue were the other way around, that might have worked, mightn't it? So I want to put... I want this to be the red. Oh no, it's too bright. And I want this to be white. Do I really want it to be completely white, or do I want it to be slightly creamy? That's a slightly creamy colour. That's not a bad colour, is it? Do you know, I think I might... I think we might save that like that. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to make archways all the way along so people can get in and out dead easy. And then we want a... Oops. We want a wall. Do you know, I think I'm going to go for the slight pattern one, but we want the same colour that we've just done here. And I want to add it around the side. So we're going with the sort of Mexican theme pieces of wall. So we've got this corner. We could then add access up here, but I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Do you know, I might even put a small toilet block in this corner as well. I think I might do that actually. I think I might add a toilet block in this corner. I don't need to rotate a bit there. If I put that there like that, that's going to be a bit of a problem, isn't it? The only access to that then was going to be... If I do put a small toilet block in here, that's going to be... I'd have to put access through here, wouldn't I? That means we need to remove this one, and then we want to grab the archway again and do it that way. And then we want some more of these, like so, and then we're going to want the toilet in the corner if we do it that way, aren't we? then we want the little sign for the toilets. I always look under signs, don't I, and it's not there. Oh, it is there, it is there. And then we want to rotate this way, and we want to put the toilet sign there in that corner. So, and yeah, that's good. We're going to need sign mat boards and things later. That's the customisable one. Is there just the plain one as well somewhere still? I think so. I think it's under details. I do think we still have the traditional little mat boards somewhere under details, don't we? Map. We definitely still have the mat boards, yeah, so we'll need to figure out where we want the mat boards. As we go later on. I'm going to put a couple of mat boards here in this centre section. And then we'll at least have a few in the park. And we need to add a lot more of these later on. One there. And one there. So we just had, oh no, I deleted the the blah blah. Right, so we want the herringbone pattern, that's that one. And then we want that colour. No, we want this colour. No! We want, oh. Right, I want you, but I want it to be this colour. No, I don't want to reap. I don't want to repaint that part. I want to put back the block that I removed. Why is it not liking me? Pick the colour. Thank you. I wish I could. I wish I didn't do. Why do I make some mistakes by deleting things? Oh, so. Oh dear. Are you all laughing at me? Should be. Yeah, should be. Right. So we've got all this space now with the back open for the goods delivery people to appear on. Oh dear. Do you know? Oh dear. That's so funny. Right. Do you know what? I think we're gonna add this. I think we're just gonna hide this whole thing in here. And then we're going to grab this side wall and we're going to put it at the back, like, all the way along. Then we're going to have hidden a part of the path. There we go. Alright, we want roofing. We want roofing to hide all of this in, right? Alright, so what sort of roof should we go for? Should we go for a completely flat one, or should we go for a... If we go for completely flat, I think that might... tops of these, will the tops of these things show through it? It might do, I don't know. Right, let's think. Should we go for flat, or shall we go for something different? Do you know what? I might go for the flat. I might go for the flat. Let's see if it works. If we go for completely flat, and then we want this colour. Actually, could we? If we go for the flat roof, can we pick this? No, no, it's not a picker, is it? It doesn't pick like that, does it? What I want? No, do you know what we need? No. Oh. Okay, we want this colour, but I want this pale pink. I think I want this I think I want the pale pink. How pale is that? Is that pale enough? Or is that too pale? That's too pale. Oh, now what's that look like? How does that, does it clip? This is what I wanted to know, is do these things clip? Yeah, the straws clip a little bit. How bad is it? It's not too bad actually. There's a tiny bit of clip from the straws and things, but it's not that big. I think I can live with that. Now we want the edging. That's the borders. We want the flat one. And we want a darker pink, I think. We want it like a bright. How does that look? Would that be too... That might be a little bit much. That will be white. I don't really want the white. I want the sort of slightly reddish pink. Slightly more reddish, I think. We want to go a little bit more towards the red. How's that look? I think that might work. So I kind of want it to be a bit fun, but a bit matching with what we're going for, but not completely, because I'm also thinking of doing behind this section, doing a kids section, which is going to be a lot more sort of candy themed. Now this one where it joins, should we leave it the red or should we make it the pink? I think we'll leave that as is. If I... did I change it? Yeah, I think we do leave it like... I think we do change it to the new one, because it just looks more... Because that's a flat square, especially if we're going to run the monorail over the top. And yes, we might have to hide some of these things later, these paths, if we do put the monorail across here. But if we don't put the monorail across, it's not going to be a big deal, is it? So we'll have to decide that one. So yes, we could potentially put the monorail up here, so we could potentially have the up... Yeah, we are going to have to hide this in some way, probably. We'll give that some more thought depending on whether we do put the monorail above it. I think we are going to have to box it in. Do you know what? They've got this gap here. Is this big enough to add a staff room? Because that might be a good thing to have here. It is actually. Yeah, that's big enough to have a staff room. That might be a good thing to do. And we're definitely going to need to box that in. Right, so let's think about this. So if we go for, do we stick with the pink, or do we go for the, do we go back with the red brick again because it matches the room that it's right next to, or is that just being too much of the same? I think if you do more red brick, it's a lot of red brick altogether, isn't it? Want something that will fit in with the idea of what we've gone for, but be just that little bit different. Like the red brick because of the... do you know what? If we went with the... Could we go with the colour scheme that we've just gone with here? And like... to hide the path and stuff from everything, don't we, here now? So if we go along to there like that, then we're going to want to go slightly higher because this staff room goes that little bit taller. So I think we want to like a small section, yeah. And we want to go with that colour. And we need a... So I'll extend this all the way up, half a thing going around. And we definitely need to make sure we put an archway or a door in that gap right there before I forget. So if we look at the doors that there are on here, let's go for this one, and we want the same colour, and we want that to go in here like that. Good. And then we want a nice little roof. Actually, do we have don't have like a slight slopes. Right, so if we go for roof again, and I think because it's quite a complicated shape, I'm quite tempted to go with flat, and I think I might go for this like a slightly corrugated look, and this time I think I want to go for a darker colour. Is that too... it's a little boring, isn't it? I'm so tempted to go for something really dark, but I just don't know if that's a good idea. How about if we go like half a block down, then we've got an edging around the roof at the top, look, so it's not going to be visible from anywhere else, but if we put the monorail across the top, then they'll see that there going through. Yeah, I think that is quite a good fit, I think, for me. I think that's quite a good fit. Now, did we make a staff zone? We did, right, so hang on, let's zoom out just a little bit. Right, so we made all of this. Oh. No, no. We don't want to zone to it. I want to change zone 1. I want to add up these things that we've just built here into it, just to make it fit across. To fit across all of this, you see. Yeah, right, so that now fits across all of this section for zone 1. So they've got a staff room here and a staff room over here that they can access. And I do think we're going to need more, because we've got quite a lot of members of staff now. We're going to need extras. Yeah, so we'll work where needed. We can leave you work where needed. We've got staff here. There we go. Right, so we've got a few members of staff. We've set up our zone. We've about finished here, so I think the next thing to think about is this potential monorail on the top. So we're going to have to hide this path, I think. I think the best way to do that is going to be to extend this building back, just to hide all the pathwork. So I think what we will do is we'll extend this across here like so, so that we can hide it all. And then we're going to need a roof. I'm going to make it just a very simple flat roof, I think. Roof section. I'm going to go with a very simple flat. Let's go for this, and we want it to match that colour, I think, there. And we'll just we'll just box in all the path because they're planning the monorail to go above it. We don't want it to be visible from the top, you see. And then can I pick up the cornice, and we'll just add that along the edge. Beautiful. I think that that then finishes off this section of our Main Street area. So we've now got all this wonderful zone finished off for us for today. So I hope that that has given you some ideas of my processes and how I do things, and I hope that this gives you some inspiration of your own. And I'm going to take a look at the new little expansion and see what exactly is part of that, see if we can incorporate some of that perhaps into our own park as we continue to build it. So I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. From SoftKitty99, goodbye and happy gaming!